morning and welcome to the Voice of Charity. I'm Katie Bredemann here in the studio today with Phil Zepeda. Good morning, Phil.
You again.
Absolutely. And we're delighted to be here with you live on WNDZ, 750 AM here in Chicago, with the live stream on YouTube and Facebook at Catholic Chicago. As regular listeners of the show know, seniors are very important to us at Catholic Charities. We have a wide array of programs and services that help seniors stay active and independent in their own homes and communities. Our 12 drop-in senior centers are a key component of our senior services, offering wonderful activities to enrich the lives of seniors every day.
So, Katie, in fact, the programs, the drop-in senior centers in Cook and Lake counties are so popular that the National Council on Aging wanted to come and see them, which is wonderful, to produce some short video highlights that really capture the growing importance of these centers nationwide in helping seniors stay active, engaged, and happy in their lives, as you mentioned. Representatives from the National Council on Aging came to our wonderful Josephine P. Argento Senior Center recently and interviewed the staff and the seniors there, which is just wonderful. And today, with us to tell all about it are Robert Boyd, who's director of the Argento Senior Center, and Magnolia Chandler, one of the seniors who was interviewed that day. Welcome, Rob and Magnolia. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Phil. Listen, before we get started, can I very quickly say that it's a great pleasure for you guys inviting us onto the show. And it's great being here with Magnolia, but I just want to set a disclaimer that any views expressed by Magnolia does not necessarily reflect the views of Catholic Charities or the Josephine P. Argento Senior Center.
Noted.
Okay? You never know what's going to come out of this woman's mouth.
Noted. What about you, Robert? Is that the same for
just
you?
warning you in advance, okay?
Duly noted, great. Rob. Duly noted. Actually, I had the great pleasure of being both with you on this day that we're talking about, and I've had the great pleasure of meeting Magnolia, knowing she's just a lovely lady, and I know what great friends the two of you are, and so we all take that with the chuckle as you meant
Absolutely.
it, Rob. But so can you please start us out, Rob, and tell us, how did this come about that the National Council on Aging came to the Argento Senior Center?
We were contacted earlier this year by Robert Mapes of Age Options, and they contacted us telling us that the National Council on Aging was looking for a vibrant senior center in order to go in and film and interview staff and talk to some of the clients that utilize the senior center.
That's so fantastic, Rob. It's just such a wonderful distinction for the wonderful work you do and your staff does at the Argento Senior Center. But I also have to say it's a wonderful reflection of the spirit you created there, that there's so many active, happy seniors that they want to interview.
Well, thank you very much. But it's also down to our seniors themselves as well.
Well, and so the representatives came on a Tuesday in April. Can you tell us what did they say were their goals for their day, and how many seniors did they want to interview?
Well, initially their goal was to come in and talk to some of the staff and find out what our motivations were for servicing our seniors, and then they wanted to interview the seniors themselves to find out the importance of senior centers, the activities, the events, and the programs that we provide for them, and how it affects them. And also, I think they wanted to get a user point of view, as opposed to talking to us senior service professionals. Instead of talking to us as they always do, they wanted to actually talk to the clients themselves who receive the services, who receive all of the programs and the events.
That's great. Rob, our live stream is showing some of the photographs of what was happening, what was occurring that particular day. Can you give us a little insights of what types of activities were happening on the day that you had this great visit?
Well, on the day they came in, they had an opportunity to take part in we have table tennis every single day. We have Wii bowling every single day. We have bingo every single day. On that particular Tuesday, we had line dancing. So they basically took part in all of our daily activities that we have for the seniors, and had an opportunity to interview several of the seniors in order to find out their feelings on the services that we provide. They also stayed long enough to actually see how we run our congregate meal program as well.
That's just fantastic. Almost sounds like a cruise. Almost that's tremendous. Have you since their visit? Have you heard from them again, or do you have any sense of when when we'll see the debut of this material?
Yeah, they contacted us a few weeks ago, and they let us know that the filming was almost complete. All the editing is almost complete, and there'll be a National Council on Aging conference on I think it's June 6th through the 8th. And it is at that conference that the interviews and the filming and all the editing will be complete, and it will be shown to the actual conference.
And then after that viewing at the conference, aren't the videos going to be also posted on the National Council of Aging website?
That is absolutely correct, Katie. It's going to be posted on their website so that the whole world can take a look at how fabulous we are here at the Argento Senior Center.
We're going to be so excited to share that link, Rob, through Catholic Charities communication vehicles as well. And let anybody who hasn't heard the story by then, they're going to hear it through and see these videos through that link. We're so excited to share that. Please let us know when you get that.
We're truly looking forward to it.
Sounds great. So I know the Argento Senior Center is a beautiful facility, like you said, where they've got big gathering rooms and a lovely meal area and a big dance floor for the line dancing. And it's part of the campus where our Bernardine Manor is, one of Catholic Charities' 22 affordable housing residences. Can you share with us a little bit about who the residents are and what percentage of the seniors who come to the Argento Senior Center are residents of the Bernardine Manor?
Well, on average, we have about a minimum of 150 to 200 visitors visit the Senior Center per week, depending on what activity or event that we have going on in the facility. I would say that prior to COVID, it would have been the ratio would have been about 70% came from the community and 30% came from within the Bernardine Manor Senior Building. However, post-COVID, those numbers have changed dramatically. They've basically swapped over. I would say 70% of our participants are from within the Bernardine Manor building, and 30% are from within the community. And a lot of that is because of the apprehension that a lot of seniors have about congregating in spaces still, because they are one of the most vulnerable populations to COVID-19.
So you've already mentioned a lot of the programs that happen there. What other Catholic Charities programs are you seeing at the Argento Center?
Oh wow, we try to keep the seniors as busy as possible.
That's obvious.
During the course of a day. So we've got on a daily basis, we've got Wii bowling, we've got table tennis, we've got billiards or pool, we've got bitwiz players or card players who come in to play. We've got our congregate meal program every Tuesday and Thursday. We have line dancing, we have quilting and crocheting on Wednesdays. And starting next month, we will be increasing our senior movement with Zumba class, Tai Chi, and senior exercise.
Fantastic.
Isn't that fabulous?
That's just fantastic.
Rob, I can't help but think what a blessing you and your staff have been in the lives of the residents of the Bernardine Manor through COVID, that as they were, told to stay in their apartments and then gently allowed to get out a little bit, all they had to do was, walk across the campus to the Argento Center to see all this wonderful range of activities. Really, it's a credit to you and your staff, how you've been able to keep everybody so busy and active and happy in very unprecedented, challenging times.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, just so exciting. And I know that oftentimes, Rob, seniors have special needs, whether either dietary needs or mobility issues, that prevent them from, being as active as they'd like. How do you and your staff get to know the seniors and then accommodate your programming to include the special needs of the seniors that you serve?
Well, I personally believe that the best part of that is the fact that we have a senior council here at the Senior Center. The senior council is made up of 11 seniors, 5 of which live in the building. The other 6 live within the community. So it's a nice, even balance of seniors who live within the Bernardine Manor and seniors who basically just live within the community, all of which take advantage of the facilities and the events and the activities here at the Senior Center. Now, this senior council are the ones who come up with all of the ideas, all of the activities, all of the special events, all of the parties. It is their combined minds, if you will, put together to decide on which events will go forward in the senior center. And then it's my job as the director to just simply facilitate those ideas. Magnolia herself happens to be a member of the senior council.
Excellent. Now, Magnolia, we haven't forgotten about you.
We
want to hear from you now. So tell us, how long have you been coming to the Argento Senior Center, and what are your favorite activities there?
I've been here for 10 years. This coming month, June 10th, it will be 10 years.
Wow, happy anniversary.
Is to come down. I get up in the morning, I get dressed, and I look forward to coming down, being with my friends and my neighbors. We laugh, we talk, we have lunch, and we do a lot of things here all the time.
That's lovely.
And so how far in advance of being interviewed, Magnolia, did you know that you were going to be one of the seniors chosen to be interviewed that day?
Probably about a week.
And was that a good thing that you knew in advance? I mean, did you enjoy preparing a bit?
Yes, it was, because it kind of gets you prepared to what you're going to do and how you're going to look and what you're going to say.
Right on.
And may we ask, what kind of questions did the National Council on Aging ask you that day, Magnolia?
Well, they asked quite a few things about what we do, how long I've been here, and how much I love being here, and things of that sort, things of that nature. And they asked what I say to another senior in another building, or I meet in the street. Would I will introduce them to coming here to live? And I said yes. This is a beautiful place to live in. It's quiet, it's peaceful, nobody bothers you. You can come down, you can go on the patio, you can go out front, and it's a beautiful place to live, especially when you get as old as I am.
Well, and having been there 10 years, you can talk about the changes you've seen at the Argento Center, what things have been common throughout your 10 years, and what new programs have been started since all throughout that time. And it's really, by being there 10 years, you have a wealth of experience to share in an interview like that.
Yes, but my thing is, I lived in a senior building before I came here. I was in the city at 660 East 85th Street. And when I got here, there were so many more things to offer in this building than it was when I lived in the city. So I've just been blessed to be here. I feel blessed to be here.
Well, I think the Argento Center has also been blessed to have you part of its community, Magnolia. If you'll please bear with us, we're going to take a quick break here on The Voice of Charity. And when we come back from our commercial, we'd love to continue our conversation with you and Rob Boyd about the National Council on Aging visiting our Argento Senior Center. Please stay tuned.
All right, thank you.
Imagine spending a week on the tranquil grounds of the University of St. Mary the Lake, where you can pray, reflect, and learn from the rich treasures of the Bible. An invitation for all to experience the annual Summer Scripture Conference, June 19th to 24th, might just be for you. Notable Scripture scholars from across the United States will present this year's program, focusing on interpreting Scripture in the church. The 5 presenters will share on a variety of topics, including interpreting Scripture and the Vatican II documents, different Christian denominations and how they differ in perspectives on Scripture, the Bible and politics in America today, what Scripture says about children, how to use Scripture in prayer, and interpreting Scripture for the life and mission of the church. For registration and conference package information, visit our website at www.usml.edu/summerscripture or call 847-837-4575. This year's conference will be both in person and virtual.
We are at the Most Blessed Trinity Parish Food Pantry in Waukegan.
And here we care for people in need. There was definitely an uptick in the needs for services.
We doubled our volume after COVID hit, from servicing about 250 families a week to about 500 a week. We supply bread, tortillas, vegetables, milk, cheese, butter, proteins, fish, chicken, eggs.
Well, the annual Catholic Appeal has been a tremendous help to us, especially over the past year and a half.
Without the annual Catholic Appeal, we might have to close our doors. Our parish is the largest one in the Archdiocese, but is very poor. We think about food and we think about nourishment, but we also nourish the soul, provide that connection to humanity.
The good works here are made possible through the Annual Catholic Appeal. Make your gift at annualcatholicappeal.com.
Did you know that Catholic Charities accepts car donations? If you're ready to free up space in your garage and put a stop to all those expenses that go along with owning a car, we will gratefully accept your donation, whether the car is running or not. You choose a pickup time that is convenient for you, and we will make the donation as easy as possible, free of charge. You'll receive a charitable donation receipt as well. We accept all types of vehicles nationwide, and you will know that your donation is made to Catholic Charities, an agency you can trust. To learn more about donating your car, call 877-786-4483. That's 877-786-4483. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Voice of Charity. I'm Phil Zepeda. I'm here with my colleague, Katie Bredemann, and we are talking with Robert Boyd, who's the director of Catholic Charities Argento Senior Center and one of the residents there, Magnolia, Chandler. We are thrilled to have them here with us. We've been talking to them about a visit from the National Council on Aging that was doing a profile of the center and the programs that happen there. Magnolia, back to you with a quick question. You were giving us some examples how you're such an amazing ambassador for this program, right, and all the services that are happening there. I would love to just get a sense from you about what you shared specifically about Rob and the rest of the staff that works there.
Rob is a wonderful young man. Well, he loved me to say young man. You know what I mean when I say that. He's a wonderful person.
Yes, he is.
He's never too busy to listen at what you have to say to him. He always takes time, no matter. I'm sure he be tired of some of the old folks here. I'm sure of that. But he don't ever feel like it's too much for him. I get the answer for you. I'll be right back. And sometimes I think he really, really overworks himself. But that's who Rob is. But anytime he come to me and he needs some help with volunteering, with the serving of the food, anytime he needs me, I'm available for him. And I don't mind doing it. It keeps me active. It keeps me doing things. It keeps me looking forward to doing things. I don't want to sit here and just dry completely up. I'm 85 years old. I made that March 31st. I made 85 years old. And I feel good. And I thank God for every day he let me wake up and be able to put my clothes on and to come down and to eat and to fellowship and just have fun and to live the rest of my days out.
Well, Magnolia, you look beautiful, and we're so grateful having you here with us. So being interviewed for any type of project or media outlet can be daunting and sometimes perilous. But what did you think about this entire opportunity to talk with the National Council on Aging, looking back on it now?
Exciting,
Yeah.
very exciting. I have a daughter that comes to visit me every Saturday. Her name is Beatrice. And when I speak to her about different things, oh, Mother, that's so nice they have you. She says to me, well, you know, you're the mayor of Bernardine Manor. So whenever they need something, they come to me, they ask me questions, and I give them the best advice that I have. And if I don't know it, I try to find out. We have a good manager here. Mr. Jackson, I can't remember all of his name, and I'm not going to try to right now. But Renee and the rest of the crew, the maintenance guy, and the security guard, everybody's just so wonderful to be living with them. I feel blessed to be here with them.
That's fantastic. Do you have the opportunity, and it sounds like you do, I think I know the answer to this question, to give feedback to Rob and the staff about other things that you'd like to be seeing happening in the center?
Well, most of the time, when we have the council board meeting, they be looking at me. I know you got something to say. They be waiting for me to come out with something. But anyway, any feelings that I have about things to improve,
yes,
and to help, I do that. I don't have a problem with that. Say, for instance, I use my own bingo boards. I brought that to the council board. And I said to them, I brought these boards here with me, but I'm willing to pay to play. And that's what I do. And a lot of the seniors do the same thing. Because if you remember, we had the small bingo board caused on the virus. Mm-hmm. And there was the little bitty boards.
Right.
But I was so used to having the big boards. So that's what we do. That's what I started. And we did that. And anyway, when we get ready to have different parties, we tell Rob what the menu should be, what we want, what we don't want, and things of that nature.
That's great. What a great partnership.
And now that this interview is over, Magnolia and Rob, and you kind of pull back and see how special it was that the Argento Senior Center was singled out from the National Council on Aging, does it make you reflect a little bit on the special or unique qualities about the Argento Center and why it was chosen to be featured in this special nationwide study? Rob, I'll start with you first.
Well, I honestly think that what's so special about this center particularly are the actual seniors themselves, because in a lot of ways, as Magnolia just stated, the center's run by the seniors. Yeah, like I said, I'm just the facilitator for their needs, and when they want something done, as long as it's feasible. I mean, we've had some requests that were definitely not feasible, but if the senior council gets together and they decide on something that they want to try or something that they would like to see initiated, as long as it's something that's feasible and it's not dangerous to them, I'm more than happy to help them facilitate those needs. So I think that's what makes the Senior Center so unique. It is the seniors themselves, like Magnolia here, who actually dictate the actual programming that happens inside the facility.
Very well said, Rob, but I also know that your staff thinks very highly of you and your leadership, and so I know you're humble,
Absolutely.
But I know that you are a very key component of the success of the Argento Center as well. Magnolia, anything that you'd like to share about the unique qualities of the Argento Center?
Yes, I would like to say this. When I first came here, before the virus hit, we had a bus. We would go out every Wednesday of the week, and have lunch at different restaurants. A bunch of us would get together. We had fun. I miss that a whole lot. I really do miss that a whole lot. But I pray that we will soon, some kind of way, get another bus service so we can continue to do the things that we love to do as seniors. And I love to play bingo. We get the $5 Walmart card or Sam cards, and I just love it. And I appreciate everything Rob do for us. Because like I say, there are many buildings that I spoke with seniors, they don't do anything. And I came from one, we didn't do anything, nothing. So and I'm truly blessed to be here.
That's so wonderful to hear. And Rob, I would love to hear back from you about how you collaborate or coordinate with the other Catholic Charities drop-in senior centers to share news or ideas or best practices, or really just kind of gloat that you're the best senior center?
No, I try. I try very hard.
I was kidding.
I try very hard not to gloat. But what happens is every other month, senior services as a group meet together. That includes all the other senior centers as well, and all the other senior division partners all meet together, and we sort of get updates on Catholic Charities policies, changes, activities, and events. Some that have been successful, activities that may possibly need adjustments to suit our clients' needs. but we do this every other month as a group, as a service division, in order to trade information, trade ideas, and to improve the services of all of the drop-in senior centers and adult daycare centers throughout the entire Catholic Charities network.
And Rob, as we before we run out of time here, can you share with us a little bit about who Miss Josephine P. Argento was? She obviously was a remarkable lady to have had this center named after her.
Yeah, Josephine P. Argento was described by her son Sam as being the type of mother who would cut stars out of spaghetti paper so that their sons could go to sleep under the stars. And unfortunately, at the age of 43, her husband died, and leaving her a single mother of 4 children. And she literally dedicated her life to volunteering selfishly to loads of different Catholic Charities organizations and hospitals and programs. And Joseph Cardinal Bernardin was her personal hero. He absolutely was her personal hero. And when this building was dedicated and built, through the generosity of her son Sam, the senior center was actually named after her. And it was only fitting that her name be on the senior center inside of the building that's named after her personal hero.
Beautifully said, and she really does sound like an outstanding lady.
It does, and I appreciate hearing that story. Rob, you and the other directors of our drop-in senior centers are making such a positive difference in the lives of many seniors. If folks want to find out more about the Argento Senior Center, what's the best phone number for them to call?
Actually, that all depends because of the simple fact that we have senior centers spread out across the entire Cook County and Lake County as well. So the best thing to do is to go to the Catholic Charities website at www.catholiccharities.net and look under Senior Services. And you will find the address and telephone numbers of the senior center that is closely located to whatever part of the Cook County and Lake County that they are located.
Right, and remember that there are multiple senior centers around our service area in Lake and Cook counties. Congratulations on this special recognition by the National Council on Aging. We can't wait to see the Catholic Charities videos on their website. Thank you for being on the show with us today, Rob.
Thank you so much, and I also want to thank Magnolia for joining us as well. She's one of our absolute angels here at the Senior Center. As she said, whenever we need something done, she's the first one to volunteer and to help out. And sometimes I honestly don't know what I would be able to do if I didn't have Magnolia as my angel on my shoulder.
It truly is a spirit of cooperation and unity that you get when you walk through that Argento Senior Center. So I echo Phil and thank you both for being on the show today, Rob and Magnolia, and we hope to see you again in person very soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. Have a blessed day.
You as well. Thank you, Magnolia. And we invite you all back again next week for another edition of The Voice of Charity. For now, this is Katie Bredemann with Phil Zepeda. And we thank you for tuning in and believing in the mission of Catholic Charities.
Join us every Monday through Friday at this time for Catholic Chicago. You can stream our programs live or listen to past programs by visiting our website, archchicago.org, and clicking on Radio TV. And please connect with Catholic Chicago on social media.